Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on here? Welcome back here to another episode of Hip Hop News, and today we're going to be talking about more details about the death of Pop Smoke, because it says here that he was murdered by a 15-year-old boy who was one of the people that attempted to rob him. So it says here that more details continue to come surrounding the February 2020 killing of Brooklyn, New York rapper Pop Smoke. According to new testimony from a detective involved in the case, Pop, born Bashar Jackson, was fatally shot by a 15-year-old who was one of the 5 people arrested in connection with the rapper's slaying, which occurred following a home invasion. On Friday, May 7th, LAPD Detective Carlos Camacho testified during a preliminary hearing for a suspect, Corey Walker, 20, that the unnamed 15-year-old male defendant admitted to pulling the trigger during a recorded interview with a cellmate last May at a juvenile detention center. The teen admitted that he shot the victim three times with a Beretta 9mm, Camacho told the court. They got into a fight and he shot him 3 times, Camacho said of the conversation that the 15-year-old boy had. He had shot him in the back. Camacho also testified that Walker admitted his role in the slaying to an informant who was placed in his cell following his July 2020 arrest as well. He said that when the individuals got inside, the suspects confronted Pop Smoke, who was in the shower. Walker was recorded telling the informant that they wore ski masks and commanded the rapper to take off his jewelry. Pop reportedly initially started to comply, to which the intruders told him thank you. However, according to Walker, the rapper then fought back. He rushed robbers but was pistol whipped before being shot by the 15-year-old male. The robbers and suspected killer were only able to make off with one of Pop's expensive watches, which they later sold for $2,000, the investigators said. During the hearing, Walker's defense attorney Christopher Darden argued for murder charges against his client to be dropped, saying that Walker only drove the car to the home that Pop was killed in and was not directly involved with the robbery or killing. Judge H. Clay Jack denied Darden's request and Walker pleaded not guilty. Walker is due back in court for rearrangement on June 3rd. The new testimony from Detective Camacho aligns with new details revealed during testimony on Thursday, May 6th from LAPD Detective Christian Carrasco. He relayed statements from a woman who was in an adjacent room at the home of the time of the shooting. The woman claims the intruders breached the home through a second-floor balcony, put a gun to her head, and told her to shut up. She then heard a struggle coming from the shower and heard Mr. Jackson screaming. Detective Carrasco said Mr. Jackson ran out of the bathroom when she heard a loud pop and heard Mr. Jackson fall to the ground. Carrasco also testified the woman said 2 of the intruders kicked Pop after he was shot. The individuals involved in the crime had no connection to the rapper and reportedly saw his address on a social media post when they decided to try and rob him on February 19, 2020 around 4 a.m. Police initially had very few leads in the case. 6 months later, Walker, Keandre Rogers, Jaquan Murphy, and 2 minors whose names are being withheld because they were underage at the time were arrested and are being charged with murder and robbery. Walker and Rogers could face death penalty or life in prison if found guilty of murder. So these are my thoughts on the new murder details. In my personal opinion, I think that it's really, dangerous for rappers to be posting where they are staying out on social media, just because, they can become easy targets of robberies. And, stuff like this is also why DaBaby was very pissed about that hotel employee giving up his location. Because I think that the biggest thing when it comes to being a rapper is privacy. You need all the privacy in the world just so that, nobody tries to rob you, so that's why, rappers, in my personal opinion, should never ever post where they are at on Instagram and all that stuff, because, I don't know why rappers post that, because in my personal opinion, if I was a rapper, I would not be posting where I am staying out on social media. But even though this is not going to bring Pop Smoke back, the good news about this is that this murder case is not going to go unsolved, and hopefully justice will be served for Pop Smoke. So anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more hip-hop news videos.